everyone. This is Tiffany Monique Fuller
and Ashley Lee
with RichGirlNetwork.tv. Tonight we are at the Egyptian Theater.
And also tonight we are going to be celebrating the KCET's 18th annual Fine Cut Festival of Films premiere screening event.
Tonight we'll be honoring new filmmakers and student filmmakers from all over the world.
So stay tuned and keep watching RichGirlNetwork.tv.
How are you, first of all?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. So happy to see you. So what is the most important thing about tonight?
Well, I think it's the chance to see films from aspiring filmmakers and get a big audience for them, not just here, but on television with KCET. They went to the Cannes Film Festival, the winners. I mean, this is a big deal for people who are just starting out, and these films are so accomplished. I was really astounded by the quality of them from around the world, actually, and how depressing some of them are. I don't know if they're reflecting the times, but I mean, this is serious stuff, too.
I agree with you that it's serious stuff. Can we talk a little bit about a film that you're looking forward to seeing? Do you know what's kind of showing?
Of here?
Yeah.
Of these? You know what? I don't know what's in the final mix, so I'm going to see for myself here. I saw one. It was from somewhere in the Middle East, and it was an extraordinary movie about immigrants, and it was animated, and about a voyage this young boy took trying to get to a better life. I thought that was an amazing movie, and I hope, you know, that kind of thing you just don't see that much, and it's really saying a lot about today. And I thought it was, for being an animated film too, really accomplished in terms of its filmmaking. So that's one I'd love to see get some more attention out of this whole bunch of movies that we saw. But they were all, you know, good in their own way. Some were better than others for different reasons for me, but that's why we have a bunch of judges. So
Absolutely. And do you have a genre that you kind of are a little bit fancy of?
Well, I love good comedies. I don't think there's a lot of good comedy people around, and actually I didn't see a lot of funny stuff coming out of this either, but I think that's the hardest thing to do, and so I'd love to see more great comedy filmmakers coming up that make smart, original comedies. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite comedian?
Who do I like? I like a lot of different comedians for different reasons. I still love Roseanne Barr, tell you the truth. She cracks me up.
Well, it's so great talking to you. Enjoy tonight, and we will catch you later.
All right. Thanks a lot. All right. Okay.
How important is tonight's event?
I mean, it's very important. You know, it's. I love this initiative from KCET to support emerging filmmakers, student filmmakers, and so. You know, I was one of the jurors in this competition, and there was a lot of really great films, so it was not easy. And you know, it's never really easy. And I think the intention is to put a spotlight on good filmmaking happening. You know, with people that are just starting. I would have loved to have this showcase when I was starting my own career. So, and I think it's great, and it's diverse, and it's, you know, both student filmmakers and filmmakers that just left, that are emerging, so they just left the schools, I would say, you know, and I don't know, I think it's great. It's creating a community, although, I mean, it's international, but it's also at the same time a community, so it's great.
You said that you're a juror, so you were. Tell me the best and worst part about doing that.
Well, you know, judging like something that is subjective is always tough, you know, and that's why jurors are composed of a lot of people, which is great because there are different opinions, and so there was, you know, I mean, I wouldn't say there was a bad part, you know, I would say that I enjoy watching the films, and I enjoy being part of this, and you know, they also made it a little easy for us, like, you know, there were 3,000 submissions, which as a jurors, we didn't see 3,000 films. Like, they were already filtered. So when we got to them, we were lucky. We saw, like, the creme, you know, of the creme. So I wouldn't say there was anything difficult. It was, like, nice to be part of it, you know.
So what is one piece of information or advice you would give to new filmmakers?
I probably have two that I would have liked to heard. One is, like, when I was starting to find financing for my first film, I was kind of focused on finding financing here in LA because this is where I studied, even though I was shooting my film somewhere else. And I kind of underestimated the value of knocking doors, you know, like knocking on many doors. You never know which which door will lead you to make your film, or meet somebody that will help you meet somebody else. I mean, you never know. So knock on every single door you can. Apply to everything you can in the U.S., outside of the U.S. Like more and more, making films is a global thing, and financing comes from many different places. So I would say knock on every single door, even if you feel like, I don't have that much of a chance. You never know. That's one. And the other one would be, and this is mostly for, writers and directors. If you come out of film school, or even if you decide I want to be a filmmaker, make sure that you have an asset, like a valuable skill that hopefully is related to film, but not necessarily, because very few come out and become writer directors right away. So make sure you know how to light and run and make a camera work. Make sure you know After Effects or editing or Photoshop or design or subtitle films, which I did for a long time. If you know another language, that actually is good. And I learned a lot about films. Subtitling films, good and bad ones. So, make sure you have a skill that will keep you working close to what you really want to do while you are actually developing what you want to do.
And I hear that you are the cinematographer of the film Outkast.
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about the film?
Yeah, the movie is a short film that follows a Syrian family just coming out of the war from Syria, going through difficult times and just getting into the airport in the United States and finding difficulty coming in. And the movie follows the lead character, who's a Syrian woman that trying to find her way into this new world with no English, without her husband because he's been detained at the airport, and kind of goes through difficulty just finding her new life. And the film revolves around that.
So what inspired you to make this film?
Myself and the director are Syrian. We were born and raised in Syria, and just seeing the whole conflict in Syria and the bloodshed and the political craziness that's happening there kind of drove us to make a movie about it, to express our feelings and give voice to these families who are trying to find refuge in safe countries like the United States.
Okay, and what were probably the three of the best things that you came across from making this film?
We had a really good team together. That was a thesis project at Columbia College, so we were all students just out of college, and we were excited to do something meaningful. And I think that bonded us in a great way. And the other great things that happened to us is that the movie was just screened at Cannes at a short film corner, and that meant the world to us, because that meant that we actually brought the voice to a larger audience, and we were successful with that. And that humbled us, and we were very honored by that.
So being students out of college, how was that? Was that difficult, fun, tough?
It was a scary time. Just getting out of college, you don't know if you're gonna survive. You don't know. There's no one to protect you. There's no professors to protect you, and you're all on your own. And the only thing you have is like your talent and your films, and you do it and wish for the best. And it's definitely a challenging time, but it's like an exciting, and I don't regret any minute of it. I think it was very fun.
What are part of your goals in the future?
I hope to make more films that have a meaning and a message. As a cinematographer and also as a filmmaker in general, I like to make documentaries that talk about the human suffering and also about refugees, and especially my country, Syria. I'd like to give voice to the voiceless. And hopefully I'll do more of those, God willing.
All right, well, thank you. Are there any form of social media that you have so we can find you?
Yes, yeah, you could check it out on Instagram or Facebook. It's just the Outkast. We also have the Outkast.com. You could check it out. And the movie will also be soon published on KCET TV.